Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Better Together podcast for real estate agents. I'm Kiki King.
And I'm Brian Balisican.
And today we are talking about the three most debatable words for an entrepreneur today. Work-life balance. So work-life balance is like this elusive thing to a lot of agents or entrepreneurs in general. In fact, as a coach or working with agents of all skill levels, from brand new to the most highly seasoned veterans in the industry, I have to tell you, none of them have ever said that they have achieved work-life balance.
And it's a difficult task. You put more into your work, and then your personal life, you sacrifice in your personal life, and when you put more in your personal life, and your work success, suffers. So there's that balance. You got to keep that balance in between. And we have Leslie Benton, one of our transaction management operations manager. Welcome, Leslie, to the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
And next to me, we have Anina Coranto. Anina's been licensed since 2012, and she is one of our partners and top real estate agents at locations. She is also a sales coach, and she mentors and coaches agents at our company as well.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome, Anina.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So today we're talking about work-life balance, right? Mm-hmm. It's going to be an interesting show.
It already is.
So let's
The unicorn. Right? Everybody's chasing that unicorn.
Right. Absolutely. So let's try to capture it today. And we'll start off with you, Anina. What does work-life balance look like to you?
It's funny that when you asked me to be a part of this podcast, because I laughed when you saw,
Yeah.
And I thought, you can't be talking to me about work-life balance. Like, I am the opposite of what this entails. But, as we got to talking a little bit more and we really sit and think about it, to me, work-life balance is not so much of an equal distribution of working and living. It's more of we have to be a little bit more proportionate about how to balance it. So I think in this season of my life, I'm understanding and coming to be okay with knowing I will never be able to equally balance work-life. And so I feel like that's where I'm at right now with what it means.
That's great.
Work hard, play hard, huh?
Yeah.
I like that. So Anina, as you've grown in your career, you got busier and busier. You're one of the top agents at locations now. How important were you to transition in trying to implement, delegate, try to handle all of these transactions now that you've become more multi-transactional real estate agent?
I think it's a really great question. I reflect back on Uncle Glenn, who was my mentor and still is, and I'm very fortunate that he saw something in me and took me under and said, okay, this is how we're doing things. So Uncle Glenn was a big proponent in TM and TM Plus at the time. And yes, at the time for me, it was additional fees, which I was nervous about taking on as a newer agent. But I realized that I am not as good as I thought I was. And I can't do it all. And as soon as I was able to really grasp that and allow myself to let go of control and to let the professionals help me on that aspect, TM has been absolutely wonderful in helping to contribute, and we share that success over the years of being able to complement one another.
Right, when you reach that certain capacity, doing 8 to 9 transactions a month like you do.
Or speaking in future tense.
Well, there's really 24 hours in a day, and physically and realistically, one agent can't do it all. And that's where transaction management comes in. And Leslie, tell us about our program that we have and how you assisted Nina in getting that work-life balance and being able to either have the choice of doing more personal things that she loves or do more business.
Yep. So basically, transaction management was structured to try and give the agent that work-life balance, where we take about 45% of the paperwork and delegation of the timeline off of the agent's not responsibility, but off of their plate per se. So we work with our agents closely to see what is the best way to navigate through their timelines and their clients, because as we know, all clients are different. So we try to put that personal touch on it as well. And agent still needs to be engaged with the transaction. It's not a drop and go service, but
It's not a Leslie take the wheel.
Sometimes for me,
No, I mean, we try to do that, but we just basically really try to give the agent that moment, and not only for just work-life balance, but also to pick up a lot more business. So that instead of being bogged down with paperwork, they have the option to go out there and meet new clients and bring in new business to have those 8 or 9 transactions per month. And we try to keep it, we keep it all organized in our transaction point system, and it's accessible for both the agent and the client. So if they want to document at midnight, they have the option to go in there and get it and not bug Anita. so that's basically what transaction management does, is just trying to take some of that load off of the agent so that they have time to go to their kids' baseball game or other activities, softball or whatever they have going on in their life.
You guys cover a lot, and you guys cover a lot of the transaction part and a lot of the tedious paperwork. How does that affect your clients? Does your client, for you, Anina, experience any lack of your services or anything, or?
I honestly, I don't believe so. I actually think it enhances our dynamic as a client and agent relationship, because my client knows if we're out and about and something comes up, we see a property and they want to offer on it, they know that our TM department is right there behind us as our cheerleaders, helping us in getting all those things squared away, whereas I am more of the front line and being able to emotionally address concerns or thoughts and things of that nature. So it's definitely an enhancement to the relationship with the client.
So as a team, you guys are better together, and you guys can give a better experience to all of your clients.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
I was gonna say that, but Lindsay said it.
110%. Okay, you can ask your question.
No, but actually, I have seen over the years agents and TMs become, it's more than just like a agent-assistant relationship. I've seen it grow. The best agent-TM relationships are like partnerships, where you're working together for your client's best interest. Even to the point where a lot of clients tend to nominate their agent and their TM for Aloha Aina Awards. So we do a lot of times see our TMs listed in the Aloha Aina nominee list because the TM has provided exceptional service to our clients, which only makes our agents look better, right?
And we are licensed, so there you go.
Yes, so we're able to offer that top-notch service, right?
Yes. So we can have those real estate conversations and draft the proper paperwork.
Glad you said that, Leslie, because documenting and filing all of the documentation within the escrow is super important for liability sakes, because you never know what happens in a transaction. Majority is always smooth, but you always gotta hope for the best and prepare for the worst. And transaction management gives you that peace of mind and that security that your escrow is going well, you're not missing any deadlines, and you have the proper documentation in case something does happen, which you can't get that on your own.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So, Anina, speaking about work-life balance and about the benefits of TM and how that has helped you service your clients, does any specific examples come to mind about how, TM has really helped you to find that balance in your life and to service your clients without you feeling like they're going to be, not taken care of?
Yeah, there's so many different situations I can think of, but I think as a general, when I'm meeting with my friends or my clients, a lot of my clients are my friends or sphere, it gives me more time to be able to be that front person again, to be able to continue the relationship of connection with them, to build the trust. And it's completely, I keep thinking of TM, it enhances. TM just enhances my business and the productivity and the efficiency of what I do best, because I know I'm not a tasker. I know I'm not good with the paperwork and all of that. So it allows me to continue to do what I do best and what I most enjoy, which makes ultimately work, life fun.
Oh, absolutely. I love that.
That's great, Anina, because you being on the go and available for your clients is super important in this competitive market. Clients really care about getting that house that they like, and they want to put in their offer as quickly as possible. They want to see the house once it comes on the market. But if you're bogged down with all of these paperwork, that kind of limits you on your availability. So with transaction management, it gives you the open time to provide better service for your clients and on-the-go service, right?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. So not only is it my schedule that it allows time to be freed up for, because if I didn't have TM or the right services to help me with my business, my schedule is my client's schedule. And I tell and I share that with them during our consultations. And they're almost like, oh, that makes sense. Like they get it, right? They understand that my schedule is literally their schedule, whatever their availability is. So as long as I'm able to free up all of my time, it does allow me to be available during their time, during their schedule.
I'm more flexible, right?
I'm more flexible, yeah.
Because everybody has different types of schedules. Because they don't have work-life balance.
So they're watching this right now.
Yeah. That's what this is all about. Yes. So Anina, in addition to TM, before we get back to TM, I just wanted to ask you if there's anything else any other tips that you have for achieving work-life balance, including, taking advantage of the systems and the programs that can help you.
I think what first comes to mind, aside from systems, in contributing to balance, is you have to be passionate about what you love doing, about what you're doing. So for career-wise, I think it's also important to not only just think about focusing on work, but focusing on your relationships within work, meaning your colleagues, the individuals that you're going to be surrounding yourself with daily. Because if you can allow yourself the opportunity to get close with other individuals at work, it alleviates so much stress because you have a little family to be able to help you through anything that might be overwhelming. So not only do you have your beautiful family at home, your friends, your hobbies, you've got to take care of health, but at work, I think it's ultra important to really enjoy the people you surround yourself with.
That's a really great tip.
Yeah. Leslie, do you have any tips for our viewers?
Just basically feeding off of what Anina said, I think, one thing that I love about locations is that it is a support system. Even as employees, we have such a great support system from our agents, from also management, in everything that we do. And so I think that is the key. Working at locations is just that the support system is great. And like you said, if you have an issue, the agents are so free with their information. Nobody is hanging on to it. So somebody can email and, they were, I had that problem, come and talk to me. Everybody is so helpful. And when you're in, trying to get that work-life balance, you're not stressing out over certain things. So also for, us in TM, we get that support as well. So I think that's what makes it so special at locations. So, yeah.
I love that. So talking about support, right? TM is a huge piece of that. So Les, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Because I truly believe our TM department is one of the best.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Kiki was once our TM transaction.
Yes, a little biased, but
she was my transaction manager.
That's why Brian loves TM. I wanted to ask you, Les, what traits do you think make a great TM? What is it about our TMs that you think set us apart?
Absolutely. I think that the best traits about our TMs is they are passionate about the job. They want to see their cheerleaders for our agents. They want to see them succeed. We love when we get things back from the clients too, saying thank you so much for helping us. So I feel, you have to be very patient and you have to be very detailed, but you also have to be passionate about the job, and you want to service not just the agent but the client. Like Brian said, this is probably their biggest purchase, and it's an amazing feeling to get that back from both the agent and client. So yeah, I think those are the traits that you need to have in transaction management.
I love that. Passionate agents, passionate TMs.
Yeah, and our transaction management is in-house. It's part of our company, and that's why they share the same values that location shares, and our values flow throughout the whole company. Some companies don't have internal TMs,
They don't.
Yeah, making their success difficult at times as well. Some of them don't take the liability as we take on for our agents when we help them, assist them with their transactions. So that's a key thing too, having an internal transaction management department that shares the same values. That's why we're better together.
That's really important, right? Being able to share those same values. Well, actually, one of the unique things about locations is that our TM department, which I know you guys are proud of, especially you, Les, working in TM. Our TM department actually has different services to help agents from meeting the client actually, all the way through closing. Do you want to tell us a little bit more, Les, about this program that we call TM Platinum, which services agents all the way up from before opening escrow?
Prior to escrow.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So we do have a TM Platinum program. Like you said, it does handle all the front end services for our agents. So if Anina has a client that wants to put in 5 offers on 5 different properties, our girls will definitely take care of you.
Before.
Our girls will do all those 5 contracts for you, and they will get the signatures, get it submitted through, PARs, get the ball rolling so that the agent can be running around on the road, meeting clients, maybe taking them to these 5 properties.
Right.
So we do have those front end services, and as far as I know, I think that's unique to locations. And we also have TMs that handle the transaction from the front end all the way to the back end. So once it goes into escrow, they'll handle it all the way to closing. And it's just we feel it's such a great opportunity for the agent. It really hopefully frees up their time, so they're not sitting at a desk drafting all these documents. And
Right. I mean, not just drafting offers, right? You guys schedule showings and
we schedule showings. So if Anina calls and says, hey, I need to go look at these properties, we'll get that all set up for them. And hopefully that takes some time off of them so that they can really focus on their client and building those relationships. I feel like that's one of the really unique things about locations, is that we do build on our relationships. And I think you see that in referral business, hopefully. And so yeah, those are some of the things that we do offer.
So Leslie, does TM help with listings?
They sure do. Yes. So we service both with the buyer and then the seller end on the front end. And so if you need listing agreements for 8 properties, then we will definitely help her with that, and anybody in the Platinum program.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yes.
It's always a pain to order prelims. Do they help with that too?
We absolutely do. And we can, if you need to order a survey, we can do that. We can schedule tenting if you need that.
those M1 docs.
Those M1 docs, we can do that for you too.
Everything.
Yes, so we can take all of that off of your plate. So we can definitely help get the ball rolling so that when they do open escrow, it's here's all my docs, and even the seller's disclosure and the platinum program, we can send that off to your client so they can start filling it out. I think the main goal is that once escrow opens, you want to provide all the documents and get those timelines started, and so we can move to closing. So
If I can add on to that, I think one of the benefits on the agent side, it's such a smooth transition. There's really no hiccups from the very start to the very end of the transaction. So that's one of the things that I'm most appreciative about is the smoothness.
Well, and it helps because they're all licensed. All of your girls are licensed, licensed real estate agents, right?
yes.
So
And
they have,
Dane, we have
yeah,
Dane as
Dane.
well,
Oh,
yeah.
gentleman of the group. Yes.
well, you said girls.
I know.
All my girls.
I
So, but you know, all of the transaction managers, they have to go do the same CE training,
Absolutely.
the same continuing education
Yes.
that the real estate, the DCCA requires all of us to do.
Yes.
So that's why what you were saying, Anina, it's very smooth because they already know the lingo, they know the real estate law and what needs to be in a contract, what not, you know, what we can put in, all of that, because you know we're all in sync, right?
And even going back to Leslie had mentioned this helping with the seller's disclosure, and I've had clients who will respond in an email and ask a question, a very generic question, and then my TMs are able to adequately respond, and they get to it before I'm even
That's
able
great.
to. So it just such a efficient.
Right.
Yeah, it's very efficient.
We can
Yeah.
have those real estate conversations. So,
Yes.
and we can draft the amendments and we can do those that some other TMs that may not be licensed in the industry aren't able to do.
Right, and that is so awesome. I mean, we don't realize how much of a great benefit we have in our firm. We have an internal transaction management who has the same values, who's are licensed, and you know are convenient and ready to help you from the beginning to the end. This is all in one place, right? You don't have to outsource any third party, you know, all that kind of stuff there. So that's great.
And because we're the locations, part of the locations, Ohana, we have that sense of loyalty to our agents and to the clients and to the company. So I think that's what makes it just great.
And I love what you said about being a cheerleader because Kiki, like I mentioned, she was my transaction manager, but she was on a personal level very genuine in my success and wishing me to let's get more, let's do more, you know, wishing me more success in my business, which is, you know, an awesome feeling to have. And that's not even part of her job. She's just, you know, just is Kiki.
That's why he's here.
Yeah.
Sing with me.
But yeah, you build that relationship as you guys, and then we become that one family. And you know, that's the easiest way to get success is when everybody succeeds and everybody helps each other. So that is
So
awesome.
if you don't have a transaction, we'll be calling you. What are you doing?
Yeah. A gentle nudge.
Yes. No, just more. How can I help you? Is there something going on? Can I help you get something going? Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
a partner in their business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely,
And that's
yeah.
the better together, right? If they're not calling you to say, you need to get more business, it's how can we help you get more, right? And it's such a team, tribe approach, and really
Yes.
it's a great collaborative effort.
Oh yeah, and you know we want everybody to do well, and we want everybody to succeed, and again obtain that work-life balance. And we hope that we can offer that to our agents in the TM Platinum and TM services.
So, Anina and Leslie, it has been so much fun being here with you guys today. If you guys can give our viewers, maybe each of you, one final piece of advice, one final thought that you'd like to leave with our viewers before we close this out.
That's a great question. So I think the last piece of advice I would offer to our viewers is it's okay to not be perfect. For many years, I think I really struggled with trying to fit everything in a very a perfect way. I tried to be that example, but it's not sustainable. So I think for myself, as soon as I was able to be aware that seasons change, meaning different times in our life call upon different things that we need to work and focus on. I think if we can become aware of those seasonal changes and how to adapt and morph, I think that's when you start to feel and see more of that work-life balance and have a holistic view of just being happy and enjoying every moment.
Yeah, that's great. And when you're young in your career, you work is sometimes a happy thing to do, right? You want to work hard.
Right.
But later on in your career, sometimes you don't want to work too hard, right? And you want to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So I think that's great, Anina.
And that's the season of everyone's life and the chapter that they're in. So it really just depends. But I think to try to be perfect all the time is not the way to go.
So Leslie, do you have any final piece of advice for our viewers?
Not so much advice. I would just say that just know that when you're in the TM department, you are fully supported. And again, like we mentioned, we are definitely cheering you on from the sidelines. So we want to see you succeed, and we're just there for you. So you can release control of some things, and I think that's one of the things that is hard with the agents is releasing control. But that all comes with time, but just know that we have the best interest and we are there to support them.
You just gotta have trust, right?
Just gotta have trust. Yeah, sometimes that takes a little building, but we get there. And I think the sooner they realize that, then the more they can hopefully enjoy more time with their family or bring in more business.
Thanks, Les. That was amazing. And Anina, Les, thank you so much for being here with us today. I know we had a great time.
We did have a great time with you guys.
Too much.
We'll have to do this again.
We gotta have you guys on again.
Yes. And thank you guys for everyone who tuned in to watch this episode of the Better Together podcast for real estate agents. I'm Kiki King.
And I'm Brian Balisican.
And continue to keep watching for more content and episodes about how to build a successful and well-rounded real estate business. See you next time.
Okay.
That's one of the biggest mics I've ever seen.
That is very impressive.
Yeah. So I'm Kiki's new co-host.
I don't like your co-host.
You see why I talk with my hands all the time?
Yes.
Because
I gotta sit on them.
Yeah.
I can also see.
Just go like that.
Real warm in there.
Hiya. I'm Anina. Yeah,
Like deer in the headlights.
don't worry. Austin got you.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. I'm Kiki King.
And I'm Brian Balisican.
Hang on.
We have Leslie Benton, our transaction management
Operate.
trap.
Anina Coranto.
It's like
Coranto.
Don't ro- Toronto.
Anina Q.
It's like Toronto, but with a Q. Coranto. Sounds delicious.
Maybe you should introduce Anina. I'll introduce Leslie. So, Coranto. Should I do this?
Mamma mia. And sorry, 3, 2, 1. And as
We're losing it.
all right, 3. So as a team, you guys are a lot. Oh my gosh, why can't I get that 100% of it? Okay, that's great, Anina, because why can't I do this again? 3, 2, 1, Kiki. You are our partner in success.
Yes.
Yes. I like that. Yes. I'm gonna use
That
Yes.
that That's on our landing page. Right? That's our tagline. Oh, cut that right now. Take 59. No, just kidding. Right. Tell that to my wife. You can cut that I think you can cut that out. Kate will not be perfect. Nina said so. Not perfect. This is Anina. I will meet him at the partner meeting. This the girl right here. It's all her. That's why I walk around. That's why I walk around like a king in my house. Nah, just kidding. And Leslie, do you have any last minute? Yeah, great. I like to call TM our bra because it's always there for support and close to our hearts.
That's the new tagline for TM.
TM is my bra. There for support and close to our heart. Right, guys? You can cut that out.
Okay.
I can't work with her.
You just said I'm your favorite.
Yeah.
I don't think you had left.
Don't treat me like a piece of meat. I have feelings. All right. Okay. Send us home, Kiki.
Okay. I hope you learned something about work-life balance. And hang on. I forgot.